Well, hey Murphy, how's it going down in the land down under? Got six in here now. Don't everybody talk at once. Yep, somebody left. Hey Nelson, I got you hat sent off this morning. Hey Joshua. Hey Ryan. Josh Colley, I've been trying to get in touch with Eric, or I did a couple weeks ago. I know he's busy, but we need to talk about that FM 1000. Hey Gordon, got seven of them here. Tennessee has been unusually cool, not cold, but cool. We've been getting down in the 30s at night, and that's not good for this time of year. We've been last Saturday. No big deal, Josh. I'm just saying I've been letting it slip me too. I've got a lot of things on, but last Saturday I started planting corn. Was going to plant 100 acres. I planted 44, and my population, I wasn't satisfied with it, so we've been working on trying to get my population right on my planter, and I've had a lot of things happen. My dad got put in hospital. He's okay for 2 days for some tests. Then my mom got put in for a night for test, and so let's get back to the planter. We thought it was needed recalibration. We recalibrated the planter, and then it was wheel sensor. We replaced the wheel sensor, and I saw that on Facebook, right? We replaced wheel sensor, and then I had replaced a motor, hydraulic motor that drives the planter, and it had a sensor on it, so it's bad. So I drove down an hour to Alabama today and picked up a new sensor, so maybe Monday, just cross your fingers, we can get back going. Um, hey, Emmy, I think I've been calling you Emma. Emmy, correct? How you doing today or tonight? So, hey, Debbie. So Monday, the goal is to first thing get the sensor put on, get that sensor recalibrated, and get back to planting corn. Hopefully, I can knock it out pretty quick. And let's see, Aaron Hall, how you doing? Uh, Ryan, I don't think the planter I saw, if I think about the right one, I don't think you got to worry about any sensors. And that could be a good thing and a bad thing, but so that's what the plan is. And if you've been keeping up videos, we cut a little hay, ryegrass yesterday. I had to leave to go meet the mechanics over at the planter, but Dad told me later he was almost done and blew a turbo on the hydraulic. Corn, soybeans, wheat, hay. We got a shower this morning, then got some this afternoon. Thanks. Hey, Ron. Appreciate you stopping in. So we've kind of been dry a little bit. I've not seen any corn. There's been some planted around here for about 2 weeks, and I've not seen any up. It's ground's been too cold. It's warmed up pretty nice today, but as far as the hay goes, there will be some hay raking and rolling and more cutting videos, but I don't know if I'll get any videos of this last that was cut because hopefully I'll be planting corn, and Dad usually takes care of the hay. That 1066 is 46 years old, so I think this will be the second turbo on it. But $500, a little over $500, and it can have a brand new one on there. Well, I've not been able to the 66 is 1976, the year I was born, and yes, I am still taking donations. I may have to recount, but I think $436 so far. I was going to put a $500 limit on it, but I think we can reach more than that because there's still people that says, that they're wanting to donate and haven't yet, but we've got some very generous donations. Hey, Mark. So yeah, we're still taking donations, and until they stop coming in, and we'll take them. Mark, everybody calls you Patch. I guess I'm gonna call you Patch. Double tasking, multitasking. Hey, Dave. Dave, you've been working on the Oliver. I think I missed a video or something about maybe a pulling tractor. That's something I'd like to get into, is tractor pulling, but I've got a farming habit. I don't know what a super chat is, so no. I was YouTube, the whole going live on YouTube is all new, pretty new for me. I think I've said this before on live streams. Oliver never was big around here. I guess no support. Thank you, Nelson. Not everybody talk at once. And I think we have quite a few old Alice Chandlers around here. We've got some old Alice Chandler discs. They were supposed to be pretty good back in the day. My great uncle, he had some Alice Chandlers. My cousin has them now. His great grandson. I don't know what turbo he bought. He looked at one from Shoop, and then he ordered one from the dealership, and I don't know. I guess it's IH. I'm not real for sure. I know the turbo went out on my 8940 3 years ago. I was going down the road, and I did not know what was going on. Scared the crap out of me. I lost power and black smoke everywhere, and it was, I think, $1,500 to have it replaced. we used to run the old Alice planters back 30 years ago, 30 something years ago. My grandfather, he was kind of a pioneer in this area on no-tilling, and he would always try to no-till soybeans after wheat with them. No markers. You couldn't tell where he was going, make a mess. But hey Kevin, but yeah, we'd make a mess with them, and then we started going full no-till for 75% no-till, I guess, in the early '90s, and no, it's not cheap, and that brings to a point, sometimes it's cheaper to make a payment than it is to sometimes make easier to make a payment than it is the repairs. And probably for what I have spent on this planter altogether this year, I could make a payment on one, but hopefully I ain't got to spend as much to make next year. But that's the new disc openers and all the updates and everything that's been done to it. And I don't usually have to spend that every year, but I'm sure my bill from the dealership's going to be pretty big. We run a 7006 road John Deere for up until 2012, and no monitor, nothing like that on it. And uh, I've always heard crooked roads have more seeds, but we used to at 7,000 we run it without markers, and we'd have, which you can't see my hands, we'd have gaps 40 inches wide and 20 inches wide uh, between rows. So I don't know if you're really gaining anything there or not with it being crooked, but y'all all talk at once and then y'all get quiet. Well, next live stream, I'll have my guitar out here for whenever y'all get quiet. I'll just play, run everybody off. I think you do. And the only thing about leasing equipment is you do not have equity or collateral for other things, which I'm trying to get out of borrowing money as much as I can, but takes a whole lot to do what little farming we do money wise. And it all gets back to the size we are. If we got too much bigger, we'd have to hire employees and then get really so much bigger to be able to pay them. So I'd like to have a few more acres, but go have. We'll see you later, Murph. Wonder what time it is in Australia right now. I don't think no more than what we got, and as green as it is, I don't think it will damage it. Probably Monday he'll tatter it, fluff it up. I think the sun's coming out tomorrow, and may help it out actually dry out a little bit. Nelson Shoals Guitar Boutique. Yeah, I've never leased one. They tried to get me to lease one several years ago, and it's still going to be a chunk of money. Well, you can't find good employees anymore, from what I hear. Um, every place in town here is looking for employees, looking for people to work. And when they do get them, they don't stay. I don't know, something about some stimulus money or something like that. So I don't know. That's that. And if you found a good employee, you've got to pay them what they're worth. And I don't make that much myself. And then they quit you and find a job with insurance. That's another thing that about hiring people. But I've tossed around the idea of buying a semi and putting somebody in it all the time, and then when I need them on the farm, pull them out of the semi and put them helping me. Hey, Mark, I wish that worked for me. If I stay at home, I don't make nothing. Well, most of the year I don't make anything. Uh, yes, they do. Um, some of them's got flail chopper deals on them, but ours got the rubber rotors, and they work good until they get out of time. And you're right on time, Greg. See you, Josh. I'll holler at you next week if I can think of it. About semi-age. Okay, I don't really understand that. You're knocking my... Russell, you knocking me. Russell's here. And that's a new refrigerator back there. If your refrigerator's going out, go ahead and get one. Because luckily we had another refrigerator, but we had to wait on that about 3 weeks after we bought it. That goes back to the COVID. Places are shutting down, shipping and everything. And another thing is one guy said everybody's getting their stimulus money and buying everything up. Probably make some money on some sweet corn and green beans. My mother's granddaddy, he grew a bunch of sweet corn and sold it just kind of as a hobby. I think he sold it for $1 a dozen. That was back in the 90s. And he usually threw in 15 in a dozen, but he done it just kind of as a hobby. I think he sold some green beans too. Mouth breather. That's what I call him. His nose is stopped. He's about to drive me nuts. Well, if you want one, you better get one now, because I know last year everybody started killing beef, and slaughterhouses was backed up, and about 400, and then couldn't find freezers, and luckily we got a deep freeze and got 2 fridges with freezers in them, so we ended up having 3 killed this year. My dad, me, and my sisters. Well, if you like sweet corn and green beans, I guess you can. I can't grow sweet corn here. I've not grew a garden in several years, but I have a raccoon problem. They wipe me out every year. So I give up on sweet corn, and had a garden plowed last year, never did do anything with it, and want to have one this year. and I don't know if I'm gonna have time or not, but I like squash, okra, and cucumbers, and tomatoes and peppers. I think you're about right on that, Gordon. Um, we done had supper, Greg. I will tell you this. Dad ordered a brand new Chevrolet truck, custom ordered it, which it's a plain Jane model, and he's been waiting over 3 months for it. And I think GM just shut some plants down because of some part they couldn't get. So he's well, it's went from a 20. He ordered a 2021. It's going to be a 2022 when he gets it. If he does get it. So I don't know. Place my wife works at, they shut down for 6 weeks last summer because of COVID, and when they went back to work, they had so much work that they couldn't keep up, and they can't keep help where she works at. It's a really good paying job for around here, but they can't keep help there either. So Greg, what'd you have for supper tonight? We had pizza. That's what we had. Well, nice to hear from you, Justin. I don't know how much we got last night, but we got two hard showers this afternoon, but it wasn't. Sun come out right after it. Tombstone 5 cheese pizza. We had Hunt Brothers from the store up the road. Now, Justin Whitley, you live in Minor Hill? I used to run around over there a long time ago. I guess you know what I was doing over there. I ain't been over that way in a long time. Yeah, I like them tombstones myself. I've been, yes, going towards Ronnie's. Is that right? Maybe the rye will be doing Tuesday. Oh, you can come down and clean my shop. It's awful. Well, we get busy and we do a little sweeping, but there's a lot of stuff in there that just needs to be thrown away. Greg, Justin can probably answer that, but I think they do. I think they have truck pulls. I know in Minor Hill. I need to go to one, I guess, sometime. It is as deep. Lexington, Alabama, down the road here they've started having pulls again. Yeah, we got a lot of scrap iron needs to go. I don't know what it's bringing now, but we just need to get rid of it to clean up. No, I've not even messed with it. I don't think it will pull it. That conditioner's 13 foot 9 inches, and we used to pull it with 856, uh, and it was a load for it, especially on some hills. Y'all got rye or ryegrass? What we got was ryegrass. Well, I don't know about the canceling all this stuff. Uh, yeah, I done that one time. Had the insurance meeting, hay and pasture meeting here at our shop, and that that made us clean up, and Dad didn't like it too much. Hung a projector screen on the combine windshield. That was pretty neat, and went and got some tables and set up. We had a pretty good little meeting, but it was just kind of helping my crop insurance agent out, meeting new people, and he sold some policies, and uh, I got a halfway decent clean shop out of it. May have to do that again. I actually wanted to have, church shop was pretty new then. I actually wanted to have my wedding reception there. Uh-oh, Greg's gonna pull. There is a pulling class coming to this area. Don't know much about it. One of my friends that pulls tell me about it. 465-60 internationals, putting 466 international engines in them. That would be something I would be up for. But like I said, I got a farming habit to support. I have to get another job just to support it sometimes, I feel like. Greg, you ever bring it to Lawrenceburg in August? And they have the antique show and pool? We always carry the painted tin up there to that show, and uh, just let me know, Justin. I'll get it to Greg. But we always tempted on pulling our tractor. Y'all have a pretty nice shop from what I can see. Got a nice setup, nice place over there. My dad, he just likes to keep things that he don't need to keep. And I threatened to haul some of it off the scrap iron, load it up and take it to his house, and sometimes that motivates him to clean something up. But my grandfather had an old international manure spreader, and somebody borrowed it 50 years ago, and they called Dad, so we got the old manure spreader, and it was old rusty thing, and he parked it out here in front of my house for several months, and I told him, I said, it's fixed to go to scrap yard, so he finally moved it. No, I did tell him it was going to scrap yard. I told him I was going to pull it over and put it in front of his house, let his wife fuss about it, but he moved it finally. Well, I don't know if anybody's ever seen it. I know Martin Benton has, but we we've got some old Studebaker engine parts and an engine sitting in ours, and it needs to go over his basement. Hey, Brian. We got a little rain last night, not a whole lot, and then a couple of showers this afternoon. I think we'll be, if we don't get any more, if the sun's supposed to come out tomorrow, I think we'll be planting, if I get my planter back together, Monday. Brian, I've been trying to get caught up on y'all's videos. The little orchard farm down there. If nobody's seen it, check that channel out. It's pretty interesting. I started from the first video and working my way up, and it's really the way you need to watch them. They building a cabin. I think they've got it built now, but they still working on it, and where I'm at, and I've not been able to watch as much YouTube as I wanted to because of the longer days and being more busy and everything. I happen to catch a video here and there. Sometimes I come in for lunch and I hit a couple of before I go to bed at night. Yep, I'm gonna have to get that guitar out, I guess. Y'all getting quiet. I'll make everybody leave, get that guitar out. Or I may get the kids get the harmonicas or their, what is that, recorders. That sounds like something you need to do. Start putting up videos. Everybody, it's not that hard to do. I do it. I started out with an iPhone. It is hard to keep up with it. Has he got it on YouTube, Gordon? What kind of guitar do I have? Probably best way to answer that is what do I not have? Probably my main ones is I've got a Gibson Les Paul play, and then I have it's a G&L Telecaster style guitar that I've modified. Those are the two I play the most. But I've got a couple of Strats, got a couple of Telecasters, and I play all kinds of music from gospel to a little bit of metal, but mostly country. I play mostly country and classic rock. Just whatever I like to listen. If I like it and I want to try to play it on guitar, I try to learn how to play it on guitar. Amps. My favorite amp is I've got a Silverface Champ, Fender Champ. Whoa, everybody's talking now. I've got a Fender Deluxe Reverb reissue, and I've got a Marshall Silver Jubilee combo, 20 watt combo. Let me see. See, Friday. What'd you say, Friday? I was around. I don't think it's gonna hurt it none. Had some neighbors up the road did some. There's Rodney. they done some ryegrass, wheat and ryegrass haylage. Uh, they high moisture and wrapped it yesterday. They didn't get it all up before it rained, I noticed. But that's something that I'm fixing, trying to get into is I've got a guy wanting to partner with me, and we're going to get into more, aside of what I do now, get into more um, hay for sale. We're trying to find us some hay farms, and you're exactly right, get it out. But that's what we're looking to do, and try to start selling some hay, and and the way we're going to work it out, it's going to be, I've got a sprayer and I've got a drill. He's got all his hay equipment, and we're just going to kind of work it out that way whenever I can help him in the hay. But the spraying and the drilling is going to be my part, and of course, takes a little money. I ain't got a whole lot of it, but that's what we're planning on doing. $3,500 rolls. We used to do about 1,500. I don't know how many we do now. If you ever find any land over there to row crop, Justin, holler at me, especially if it's a couple hundred acres. I'd like to find some. I went and looked at some over in Fall River, but it was pulled in the field and there was deer running everywhere. I'm talking about like 45 in probably a 30-acre field. Well, everything's a gamble. Farming's a gamble, and if you're gonna partner with somebody, you gotta find a good partner that's not gonna leave you hanging. And I think this guy, I don't think he'll leave me hanging. We've been friends for a while, and he's been nothing but good to me. That's the problem around here. You got some pretty good fields that would be nice to row crop, but people won't take it on it. My wife's on here. I don't know if that's her or if it's one of the kids on her account. Corn or deer don't mess with my corn, or not much. They might knock a few stalks down here and there, but who who has it? Who has that bottom you talking about? Where's it at? Yep, my wife's on here. Hey, Christopher, how you doing today? Shoal Creek. Close to Monitor Hill? Trying to think. I don't know. I don't remember Larry George. I'm doing good. I have planted Becks. To me, it wasn't as good as decab and cropland. Um, the beans done pretty good. The corn, I wasn't real impressed with it, and that goes back to that's a separate separate financing. I do everything through the co-op as far as what I finance. And Bex was a separate finance, and that's just another bill to pay off. So I stick with what I know. Round or square? We're probably going to do mostly round. Uh, I've got a farm with 2 small fields on it. We've actually talked about going with some alfalfa and instead of crops on them 2 small fields and just leaving the bigger fields. If we go with alfalfa, we're going to go square bales. And that's a whole nother, I'd like to get into the square bales, but hey, you gotta find somebody to haul it, or you gotta buy an accumulator or something like that. Was your uncle okay? Well, the Bex rep, whenever he first started out, he was a young boy around here, and he was hitting everybody's farm up, and I haven't seen him in several years. What kind of square butter you got? We had 2 we just got rid of last year. They were old wire tie international balers, and one of them had a engine instead of PTO, so that was antique. I think New Holland and John Deere, hate to say it, I think they've got the day on the square balers. And well, the Heston inlines, uh, like Craig's Case International, it's a Heston. We made a video on that. Those are some pretty good balers too. That's actually what I'd like to have if I was gonna buy one. I could get my kids hauling hay, I guess. Them and their friends. But I've been rolled my straw last year off my wheat and sold it to a local dairy, and that's kind of got me in uh, the hay business, or wanting in the hay business. Yeah, swizzle twine. I don't like it. Well, that's one reason why I'm real little reluctant to get my kids in on the farm early, is because they can get hurt easy. 500 square bales. That would be, I think they're going about $3 or $4 here. Massey, Case International, and Heston are all Hestons and the inlines. I can't afford new equipment. Uh, last couple of years we've been trying to buy better equipment, but no, we can't afford new equipment. The 110C was new. That was first tractor since probably '81. It's just, I can't afford a $250,000 tractor. So I just try to buy nice used ones and try to keep everything up in good shape. I mean, we've got tractors been here since '66. $7 is good. What do you get for? Do you do any alfalfa? And what does it make where you're at, or what does it fetch a bale? Because that's where we're looking at the alfalfa. $12 to $15, I think, is what we can get if we get into the alfalfa. And I think it was about $500 or $600 an acre to grow it, though. I don't know. Michael had that number last year. I can't remember exactly what it was. It might have been $200 to grow it. I think pretty much first cutting was going to be to pay for the crop. Yeah, the older ones you can work on them. And stuff like hay rollers we have bought new and the hay cutter we bought new. I don't even want to sell hay to horse people. We have people around here and they have 2 or 3 horses burning up a half-acre lot, and they always want to try to buy hay off of you, but they want the best and they don't want to give you nothing for it. So I just rather sell to somebody that knows what hay is. Not a whole lot of Bermuda. Well, he'd have to be making some money running irrigation for hay. But like I said, that's just something we're looking to get into, and I hope we do. Um, it's just going to be another source of income for me, and I'm I'm sorry if I offended anybody with horses, but there's people around here they'll buy horses for their kids, ride them once or twice, and kid gets tired of them, and they feed them and don't get rid of them. And I've even had a problem a couple years ago. Family had horses and they wouldn't fix their fence, and uh, they'd get out my soybeans and everything else, and it was nothing to them. It was nothing to them. Them eating my beans. It was free food for them. They didn't have to pay for it. I finally had to get the law involved. James Newton, I finally went by your place today headed to Tanner. I think I figured out which one you live in. Got no garden tractor or something sitting out front, don't you? I saw a picture on Facebook, a meme or whatever, and it says cattle farmer, and it showed a picture of an old trucks like we run and old cattle trailer, and it said cattle farmers, and it had a picture of a brand new dually with a fancy brand new trailer, and it said horse people. And I shared it on Facebook, and it pissed a lot of people off, but oh well. They got defensive on it. And we got a horse barn over here, walking horses. They train them, they make some money, and I guess people are riding them because they paying good money to have them horses trained. But nine times out of ten, if you 9 times out of 10, if you see a horse around here in somebody's backyard, it's not getting rode. It's just burning grass. You're right, Gordon. Uh, like I said, I have no problem with somebody going to ride them, but um, if you've watched some of my hay videos, I have to feed some neighbors' horses, and they've not had a saddle on them, I bet, in 10, 15 years. And there's no pasture there, whatever. Yep, pasture burgers. No pasture there, yellow weeds, and we're having to feed them for them this summer. I mean, we're charging them for the hay, and that gets into the hay that we're feeding to our cows. So maybe they'll get rid of them or something, because we're not making any. We're being neighborly and not making any much off of it. I'm too big to ride a horse. I'd have to have Clydesdale. Yep. You ever keep the miniature horses in the house? Seen the videos of the goats in there. There used to be some loggers around here not too many years ago still use mules to snake out with, and I have to say they wouldn't damage the wood, especially if you was having select cut. They wouldn't damage the standing timber as much as uh, a skidder would. There's a I'm just getting caught up on comments. Uh, I'm looking at it on my phone, and I'm live on my tablet. I tried figuring out how to use my GoPro on this, but I didn't figure it out. The the guys that done some logging for us, they use skidders, but they didn't tear up as much. Some loggers don't care. They just want to make their money, and they'll actually cut more trees than what you want if you're having select cut. And the loggers that logged this a couple years ago, they actually left some white oak because they said if we cut them out, won't be nothing there. So that was, I guess, a good deal for them. because they could have made more money, but they was more concerned about preserving the timber in general. So, well, I kind of wonder sometimes, do you ever eat a Big Mac if you're eating uh, a horse? Those Amish, Justin, up here in Etheridge, they've got some big horses. Um, I'm sure you've been up there, but they've got some pretty big horses. And for those that don't know, uh, in this county, not really that close to me, but in this county, we have a Amish settlement. And I don't know Charles Gatlin. And you go through Lawrenceburg, the closest big town here, and you're gonna run over horse horse poop in the streets and uh, get behind Amish buggies. And we was pulling out of the uh, KFC the other day, and there's one pulled in behind. He hitched up behind the liquor store. Yep, I went to H&R Agra Circus in Tanner today. What up, Jim? Glad to see you back making videos. I really enjoy them. Hopefully Monday morning we will get back at it. I don't know. I'd have to be awful hungry to eat a horse. Yeah, they do, but you've got to watch it. They're kind of a trap, and the vegetables they grow, uh, they're always at the co-op trying to buy the same chemicals I am to put on their corn, sweet corn. They always asking if I'm in there buying something, can I put that on my sweet corn? Yep, and I've not witnessed this myself, but I've had several people said they'd walk out in their garden and they'd be fertilizing it. They were using the facilities out there in between the rows, fertilizing it. Hello, Dylan. Where's Blake? So I guess you off work now, Blake, huh? You gonna change that wheel out, or loosen that wheel out tonight? Oh, they're good people. It's just, uh, matter of fact, my tractor seat, they done it, and they done a truck seat for Daddy, and it turned out great, and they were pretty cheap. Godzilla versus Kong. I ain't watched a movie in a long time. See you later, Gordon. Take the chickens. I just want to tell y'all something. I always take a bath for a live stream. I'm sitting at a table. Do I have on pants? Or am I in my underwear? There's Layton Farms. I don't know. Y'all think about that. Answer me. Was made by Amish. I need to see that. Is that on your channel, the new sprayer? That's about right, Justin. You know, they have all this food in Kroger's and Walmart says organic. Um, I don't know any that's grown around here, so how do they get that food here to the grocery store without it being spoiled and having worms in it? I got an Easy Trail grain cart, but now Amish and Mennonite's different. I got some Mennonite neighbors that have a dairy. They drive cars. They got cell phones. They have electricity. Um, but they're different than Amish. There's a lot of difference in them. There's Shane. Like you know where I'm talking about. They had when they built the dairy, they had robotic milkers, and they run them for several months. Got rid of them, and I'll have to look that up. But they got rid of them and built a 16 bay parlor. Two people can milk. I think it's 120 head in like an hour and a half. The Amish speak some kind of different language to each other. They speak English to me or to you, but they've got some kind of unique language they talk to each other in. And the Mennonites that's here, I don't know if they're where they're descended from. Hey Keith, see you later, Brian. It's I don't th- I took German in high school. Only thing I really know how to say is not words I want to repeat on here. But I've never really recognized German in what they say, and I could be wrong on that. But it's kind of I think a German Dutch mixture. I don't know. Dutch people may speak. They may speak German. I don't know. Yeah, Minor Hill Hardware. I think that's it's like Summertown Metals. They're Mennonite. Hello from Fayetteville, Tennessee. From Fayetteville, Tennessee. Do you know any Mashburns? Lawrence Mashburn? Oh, it's Saturday night. I don't blame you. I'd be out with family too. Me and my wife actually was supposed to work tonight. She's sick. So I always do my lives on the night she has to work. And me and the kids, we took a road trip this morning to get planter parts. So down to Alabama, went out to eat and everything. So well, it's getting awful quiet. Steve Russell, Bone Cave, Tennessee. I've never heard of Bone Cave, Tennessee. Where is that close to? The Lawrence Mashburn is from Five Points, but no, he's related to the ones that used to uh, run the store. They were here earlier. Nope. And probably Monday morning, hopefully, it will be going and I'll be wide open. We got rain today to McMinnville, Tennessee. Okay, I know where McMinnville is. So yeah, maybe next week will be pretty weather. I'll get the planter going Monday morning, um, and I'm not going to put this in the video, but for those who watch me put them Amazon LEDs in there, I found me some Amazon headlight bulbs that will go in the headlights, and I did put one side in today and got had to go do something, so I'm gonna try to get the other one in, other side done. So I've got to do some night farming now. For all them LEDs, I've got a lot up the sky. I may sleep all day and just plan at night. Everybody must have got rain. No, I'm not sold my lumber yet. Still taking bids. You know, to me, the planter works better at night. I don't know what it is. It seems like it works better. You can see your monitors better, everything at night. They're starting to run here, but mine just ain't running. Oh, that's Blake and Son's gonna come out tomorrow. It come out some today and then rain and come back out while it's raining. Well, everybody's wanting pallets to make this pallet furniture out of, and they don't give you nothing for them. Lawrence Mashburn, that's his name. Lawrence is from about 2 miles from here, and him and my daddy was best friends, and they lived together in college. Just one night I was headed to Ronnie's. This has been 15 years ago, and I think it was Kubota I saw cutting hay, headed to Ronnie's. I wonder if that was y'all. Three inches of snow Tuesday. It actually got cold enough, I think it was Tuesday night, that there was some flurries here. And that's very rare. I've seen the snow on the ground in April, but that's been 40 years ago. But it's been uncommonly cool. Got 2 little showers on this afternoon, so sun will come out tomorrow. And it probably wouldn't hurt after church to Tedder to go out there and fluff it up some tomorrow. Don't like working on Sundays, but that would be something that needs to be done. Well, yeah, I think it was. I don't know Kubota's numbers. I just know they're Kubota's. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2, but I remember the lights and everything else on. And I knew I was headed over there, and it kind of made me feel guilty because I said, dang, I need to be working. These guys are working. You know, they went in the store with me, and we went over and looked at toys, and they wasn't even. There was actually a little Case International Lego style set. It wasn't a Lego set, and they wasn't even interested. See you, Keith. But yeah, when I was a kid, I always had to go in the dealership and get me some toys. They've got tractor toys, but they've never really been into them that much. That's what I played with. Was that I had the 1/16 scale and the 64 scale too.
Hey, Dad.
You got one of the kids in here, yes.
I'm close to beating Pokemon.
Okay, I'm done live stream.
I realize that.
We'll be looking forward to it. Quit carrying toys. Our local Case place don't carry as much as what was down there at Tanner, which is both of them's H&R, but yep, playing Pokemon. See you, James. I always ask everybody over at Fayetteville if they know him. Hey, Monty, if they know Lawrence Mashburn. Most of them does. It's like Matlock. Show them the Pokemon game. Shane, you still working? Hey, Humble Haymaker. I'm doing good. Still at chores. There you go. Say who's got the money in the house. Probably got it out of my wallet, but seems like every time I go to the bank, I get a little cash. It disappears somewhere, but I may be spending it. Spending it faster than what I think I am. $13'9", I believe. Yeah, cash man. No, they've had birthdays and stuff. They've got some money. Maybe that was some Easter money. I don't know. Yes, they are. In about 7 years, I'm gonna have to send two of them to college. We referring to the hay cutter? It's a coon. Yep, got 5 years by two vehicles. They may be getting a Dodge. I may buy me a new truck. Show him your minion. He's got minion pajamas on. I might have to get it and he wants to photobomb, he can learn to be on camera. Yeah, tractors have gotten outrageously high. Parts have got outrageously high. Well, your wife can have this and just come get him. He's got money. Well, I think it's about time for them to go to bed. What are you doing back there?
Took off his minion pajamas.
Yeah, he's got his minion pajamas off. Those the conditioner we got is expensive to work on. It's I think I've had it about since '07, and we bought it new, and it's been over some acres. And it had my grandfather was in his 90s, was running it one day, and he run not one but two different times a hayroll through it. There used to be an IH, wasn't a dealer, but he had connections. He carried new parts and used parts too. He went out of business a year or two ago. That hurt us there. He knew where to get all the aftermarket stuff at. The bank, actually, I had some saved up, but a loan. I mean, that's how I got started. My daddy and grandfather, they farmed, so I started out with equipment they had, but still use some of it. Still use some of daddy's, and daddy uses some of mine. I buy equipment, he buys equipment, and that's how we do it. See you, Shane. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here pretty soon myself. It's getting close to my bedtime. Well, ain't nobody saying anything, and we've been at it for almost 80 minutes, so I think we're gonna wrap this one up, and uh, we're gonna wrap this up. Did you get them at the dealership or online or where? I've never messed with 584. Yeah, have a good weekend, everybody, and I'm wearing shorts, so I do have pants on, kind of. See y'all probably 2 weeks if I ain't working. Thanks for stopping in.